The pain was out of this world. It was like I was ready to pass out. All this while, there's already concerns, and baby's heart is dropping. Baby's heart is dropping. It will pick up again. It will drop. The doctors came and they're like, we want to take you into the theater. Guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hi, my name is BA. Welcome to my space. Okay, I film about faith, lifestyle, relationship, and anything I find interesting. If that sounds like something you're going to be interested in, then subscribe. And to my returning subscribers, you guys, you're the real MVPs, you know that. Thanks for stopping by once again. Today's video is an emotional one, and I have the tendency to cry, but I'll try not to. It's the story of how I nearly lost my beloved baby just a few hours after I had him. I think about it, and every time my eyes well up and my heart is so full of gratitude, because the story could have been different, but God. Okay, so where do I start from? Let me start from my last appointment to my midwife. So I think at 39 weeks I went to my midwife, and she checks me. She was like, she thinks she's going to need to book me for an induction because I'm due, and in this country they don't let babies stay past a certain time, and the baby's not coming, they're gonna have to intervene. So I'm like, cool, book me. So now I know I've been booked in, and I really didn't want induction because I've heard stories, horror stories by the way, about it, how it's painful, how I should run. Anyway, I said I didn't want it, so I started to exercise. I can put some of the clips here. My husband and I will be exercising. So,
as part of
just making
operation get this baby out,
I
was walking with my husband. Say hi, babe.
50 minutes to see my friend who just had a baby, and 50 minutes back because I was trying to induce labor. Did this work? No. The day of my induction came, I really wasn't ready to go, so I called the hospital, or they called me actually, and they're like, oh, are you gonna come? I'm like, I don't think I want to come in, like, can you just give me some time, let me see if my baby will come. They're like, okay, no worries, we'll get in touch with the doctors and we'll call you, blah blah blah. I said, okay, cool. So after I cancelled my induction for that day, my husband was like, oh, why did you cancel it? I was like, I don't think I'm ready. And then my friend was also saying how, oh no, I shouldn't let baby stay in too much. The child convinced me to go for this induction. So I don't know if I called them again, or they ended up calling me a few days later to say, you know what, we need to actually get you booked in. I think I booked myself back in for Sunday or so. That's Sunday or Monday. So they're like, okay, cool. Sunday comes. I believe it was a Sunday. Sunday comes. They call me like, oh, you know, we're ready for you whenever you're coming. I'm like, cool, I'll probably come in later in the day. So I take my time, arrange my house. My bags are already packed. Just arrange one or two things, because we're also doing renovation in our house. Just to try and lift it up a bit, because you know when you have baby now, like, you'll be having loads of guests, so we did some painting, you know, just give the house a lift. So we're in the middle of that, and yeah, anyway, all the up and down, I went from the stairs bouncing on ball. My husband bought me this ball thing to be bouncing on. Everything I did, it didn't work. I ended up going to hospital for induction. Now when I got there, they settled me in, gave me a private room, which was really nice. I didn't think I would be in like a private room, but I had my own private room. I think I had to share a bathroom, but my room was private. Then they came and checked me. I was okay, baby was okay, and they're like, all right, so your cervix is still up there, and so the only induction way we can go is this thread like thing we would insert and watch and see. So after they inserted it, they said it could take a few hours before it would kick in, and we're like, okay, cool. They said don't just stay on the bed, walk around. And so my husband had an idea to make me walk all the way from City Hospital to Hucknall, where my friend lives. I'll put the distance in miles for people who don't understand, like who don't live in Nottingham to know the distance. So I was like, okay, cool. So we started walking, walked and walked and walked and walked and walked, and I was tired. I'll say I want to stop. You say no, let's go. I'll say let's get a taxi. No, let's walk. Anyway, I shall walk all the way. We got to Hucknall, stopped at my friends, had a wee, had a drink, and then we popped on the bus, and then we got there. When we got there, in fact, they called me at some point to say, you know, like, where are you? There's been a swap in shift. And so the other lady had come, and I'm sure she'd been told, oh, there's a lady here, and she'd been waiting. So she was like, oh, whatever you do, please try and come in before 8 because I'll need to check you. So we made it back in time, and she was like, okay, welcome back. I'll just see how you've progressed. And she checked me. There was nothing really happening. Then she went. I don't think she came for a long time, maybe 3-4 hours passed. And when she came in, she literally had this look of fear on her face, and she was like, when did the sound, because they put two things around your tummy. I think one is to monitor baby's heartbeat, one is to monitor your level of contractions. And so I think the one for baby's heartbeat has started sounding different. And previously they would give us the monitor, or they would position the monitor in a way where we can see the heart rate going for the baby. But for some reason, this new nurse, she just turned it to another direction and just left. So my husband and I, we just carried on talking. So when she came and she was like, did we know when the sound changed? We're like, no. So apparently baby's heartbeat had really dropped, and she pressed the emergency bell. Now when she pressed the emergency bell, 2 doctors and a nurse and another nurse came, and I think by the time they came, it had picked up again. So they were really concerned. They're like, okay, because it's picked up again, they're just going to take out the induction, whatever thing they put in, to give me a rest and to give baby a rest, because from what they can see, I was having contractions and I wasn't even noticing them. I was like, really? Okay. So they were saying yes, I was having contractions and I wasn't noticing them, and baby's heart was doing overtime. So I think it's a bit too much for my body, so they're gonna take it out and give me time. They'll go on it again tomorrow, but they're gonna monitor us closely and see. So they monitored for another 30 minutes. So they took the in whatever they put inside of me out, and they monitored me for another 30 minutes, and we were fine. So went to bed. Morning came, I think again, new nurse. Oh yeah, they were gonna insert it again. So now what they were trying to understand was, should they start counting? Because I think I did 6 hours the night before, so they're thinking, should we start counting? Because it's meant to be for 24 hours, this thing. So they're thinking, should they start counting 6 hours from that time? So like when they put it now, they'll start counting 7, 8, 9, or would they start counting from 1 again? So they ended up deciding they'll carry on from the yesterday's hours. So they inserted it, and this time around I just chilled inside the hospital. And for a long time I was okay. I was just noticing that I went to wee a lot, and then at some point it started to build up, the pain. I was very restless. I started to wake my husband. I started to move around. I couldn't settle. I'll climb on the bed, come down, climb on the chair, come down, walk around, sit down. Listen, I was everywhere. And then I'll call the nurse, just come and check, like I'm in pain. She'll come. Your cervix has not even dilated. Are you what? Anyway, it got to a point where the pain was overbearing. It was a lot. So my husband gets an app that literally tells you when you're in active labor because of the timing between contractions. Okay, so he had started to monitor, and we could tell, like, you know, labor has come. Although like 2 hours before then, when the lady checked, she said I hadn't dilated. But then as time went on, it became so painful, and we saw how the timing was. I think it became obvious that, you know, I was in active labor. So 40 minutes until they will remove the stuff, and then they would reassess me. So I was just waiting for that. And then there was this thing my husband researched, and he started to do it on me, and honestly it helped. So I sat on the bed like that, and this is my back. Okay, or this is my back, and this is where I am. Then he's like behind me. So when the pain is coming, he uses his knuckles, okay, on my waist. So as the pain is coming and I'm pushing back, he's using his knuckle to push my waist forward. So it's like there's a I don't know how to explain it, but in one of those sessions, as the pain was coming and he was pushing forward and I was pushing back, my water broke. When my water broke, I knew it's nearly time. But the pain was out of this world. It was like I was ready to pass out, boy. So at this point I couldn't walk. They got the wheelchair. So anyway, I got carried into, so I was in induction ward. They had to take me into the labor sanctuary. So they wheeled me. In fact, I saw my husband carry everything we ever came to that hospital with in one go. Bags, blankets, whatever. He just packed it on himself. In fact, we left our wedding towel. He never went back to go to that room. Like, that was how we lost that towel. And every time I used to harass him that, because of how you just carried everything in one go. Because he was like, he wasn't ready to leave me for 1 second. So he carried everything. The midwife that was there during the induction period, she wheeled me and we went into the labor suite. So when we got there, boy, I was like, give me something, give me something, give me something. They're like, okay, go on the bed. This is gas and air. I'm like, whoo. I sucked on that thing like my life literally depended on it. My husband was asking me after I had baby that if I smoked before, because I was hanging on for dear life. I was going, like, I was dragging the thing, bro. It was painful. And then they checked me, and guys, I just heard she's 6 centimeters or 7 centimeters dilated. I was like, woo woo, and I knew I only needed to be 10, so I knew I wasn't far off. I was so excited. I couldn't wait. Apparently I was falling in and out of sleep. Then I'll feel this pressure on my abdomen to push, and they'll be like, don't push, make sure you don't push because you're not ready. So now when that pressure comes, instead of me to push, I'm trying to hold the life. Then they checked, I was 8 centimeters, so from 6 to 8. Then they checked again, I was 9. When I was 9, all this while, there's already concerns, and baby's heart is dropping. Baby's heart is dropping. It will pick up again. It will drop. It will pick up again. So the doctors came and they're like, we want to take you into the theater. This is where things get a bit emotional for me. They said they wanted to take me to the theater because baby's heart is going low and up. I was like, you people, are you kidding me? I've done 9 centimeters. I've been in pain. Now that I'm ready to bring forth, you say you want to take me to the theater. I said no. And that was the silliest decision. They said, okay, we're just gonna keep monitoring you. Okay, we're just gonna keep monitoring you. If it drops again, I'm sorry, we'll just have to rush you because it'll be a life or death situation. I said, it's okay. I'll talk to my baby. My baby will hear me. My baby will hear me. Okay. They left me. And I think in the middle of that, there was another shift change. And in that shift change, the new doctor, she came, she was like, listen, I'm going to check you once again, your dilation. If you are fully dilated right now, we're going to push. But if not, we're taking you to the theater because your baby is not okay. I was like, okay. And guess what they checked? I was 10 centimeters. So they're like, push. Before I knew, there was so much going on in that room. Somebody was like, call on anything you hold there. That was how I was screaming, Jesus. They said, don't scream, use that energy to push. It came, oh, we're gonna have to tear you. I've not finished answering. Before I know, I pushed, I cried, I screamed, everything. And finally, I pet my baby. He cried, glory. They put him on my chest. And I thought that was the end of this whole thing, not knowing that we were about to enter another phase. So I'll definitely have to carry on in another video, so just stay tuned. I'll carry on filming, but I have to break it into 2. Theo has been born, and yes, let's get into the next part. I'll see you guys.